Hey there, if you are headed out today, it's cold out there and still going to be kind of chilly this evening. Temperatures running mostly in the 40s today and still going to be in the 40s this evening. 48 in McAllen and Rio Grande City, the two warmest temperatures, but everyone else in the mid 40s or slightly colder today. So chilly stuff around the valley. This evening, though, it's not going to drop a lot more from what it is now. I mean, it's cold, but it's not going to get a lot colder. So evening temperatures kind of just hover in the mid 40s or maybe fall a couple degrees through the 40s this evening under lots of clouds. Should stay dry this evening. I think we're done with the drizzle for the evening, but may see a little drizzle return in spots by tomorrow. Now lows tonight eventually dropping down to the lower 40s in most areas, maybe as cold as about 39 in Rio Grande City, but 3 or 4 degrees colder than it is now basically in a lot of areas. So cold night, but not getting much colder. Tomorrow's day planner, we finally start to warm up a little bit, but I think tomorrow's warm up is still kind of being kept in check. There's a lot of clouds. There might be a few spots of drizzle, and the wind's not ready to quite shift around to the southeast everywhere. So it may be hard to get to 61. I think most of the day will be in the 50s. It's possible the clouds may get a little thinner and the winds may turn a little more east late in the day to get temperatures a little kick up into the low 60s briefly, but most of the day probably in the 50s, but not much wind at all tomorrow. I mean, wind speeds maybe like 5 or 10 miles per hour in most areas. And tomorrow evening, it shouldn't be dropping very much. We should be holding in the mid to upper 50s most of the evening with a lot more clouds around. May see some patchy areas of fog late tomorrow night, but it should be a pretty quiet night otherwise. Now the clouds are thick across the valley, still hanging in there. Any showers, though, staying well offshore. And if you look elsewhere in South Texas, it's cold and cloudy everywhere. There's not really any rain or snow around Texas, kind of just a quiet, cold, cloudy day. Now, if you are traveling this weekend, early tomorrow morning, temperatures in the 30s, near freezing across much of Texas. Not that cold here, but you see how from 8 a.m. on through the day, it doesn't warm up a lot around Texas. Most areas in the 50s by afternoon. Will be maybe close to 60 here. And if you are maybe taking a road trip on Sunday, Sunday will be the warmer day everywhere. Look how temperatures really take off, 60s and 70s up north and near 80 here in the valley on Sunday. So we are setting for a pretty rapid warm up beginning Sunday and then lasting through early next week. Future track shows the chilly weather still across Texas. That's still hanging around. Most of the showers, though, and drizzle way to the south or off to the east. So tomorrow afternoon looks dry most of the time, but you see a little bit of green here as the warm air tries to come back and runs into the cool air. You may get a little bit of spotty drizzle around at times tomorrow through tomorrow evening. The next cold front kind of gets stuck in Texas, a weak one on Monday. That one fizzles out, but the front behind it might have enough of a punch to dive south into the valley by about late Wednesday and Thursday. So models disagree on the timing of that front or whether it will actually get here, but I think maybe by Wednesday night or Thursday it will be pretty cool again. Maybe not as cold as this time, but pretty cool late next week. Now, chilly weather's around the valley tonight. You see nothing but clouds if you're outdoors tonight or tomorrow. Don't expect to see much sun on Saturday. I think Saturday's a cloudy day overall. Maybe one little ray of sun getting through the clouds. And your high temperatures next few days finally ready to go up. Back in the 80s Sunday and Monday in your first 1570 forecast. Highs around 82 again by Sunday, 83 on Monday, 84 on Tuesday, and we should still be in the 80s Wednesday. However, keep an eye if you have plans late Wednesday going into Thursday. The next cold front could drop temperatures down. Again, not as cold as this time, but a good cool off for next Thursday and Friday. And stay tuned. We'll keep tracking these fronts in your first 1-5 forecast. Steve?